Hello, and welcome back to Patriots Live, where we talk about everything and anything. Today I'm here with Izzy, and today we're going to be talking about academics. Hi, Izzy.
Hi.
So, what subject do you enjoy the most, and what makes it special to you?
Personally, I enjoy my Gov class the most because I like that we can have discussions about things that are currently happening and it's like relevant to real life.
Okay. Do you want to pursue something in government, like political science?
Yeah, I want to study political science in college, so it's very relevant for also what I want to do.
Okay. So I hear you're taking AP classes. Are you planning on taking the exam?
Yes, I am.
You're going to? Okay. So you've taken the AP exams before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, how did you study and how did you prepare for these exams?
So I think it's very important to make sure that you do a lot of practice exams so that you know how the timing is going to work and what the questions are going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Also making sure that you review all the topics and all the materials that you've learned all year so that you can make sure that everything's fresh in your brain when you're actually going to take the test. And of course, just making sure that you are able to, take the test and know what the format's going to look like and know what you're going to have to do on actual test day.
Perfect. What do you think is like the hardest part of staying on top of your schoolwork and preparing for like these exams and like the SATs are coming up as well? Like, how do you manage that?
So yeah, it's hard to manage it all just because there's so much, especially this year, but I think the most important thing is making sure you're not procrastinating your work, you're doing everything on time, and you're making sure to use your time effectively and just know where your priorities are.
Mm-hmm. And how do you balance your academics and your extracurriculars and still have a social life?
It's really important to budget your time. So if you know you're going to have something on one day, make sure that you do your work the prior day. Like if you're going to have an extracurricular, do your work the day before, or know that you're going to have to be able to condense it more and just basically just using your time effectively and making sure not to procrastinate.
Okay. And so like what's one class that you've taken so far that you think like everyone should take?
I know I was talking about it before, but Gov, just because it's so relevant to the everyday life, and I think that no matter what you're going to do in the future, it's helpful to know about your government.
That, and especially because like this year was an election year. Did you like go over that?
Yeah, so we talked a lot about the election while it was going on, and it was definitely super interesting to be able to learn more about what was happening as it was happening.
That is really good to know. Back to like the social life and balancing extracurriculars. I know that you're an athlete and you also have, again, extracurriculars. I know you're doing NHS, you're doing like all these random things. Like, how do you balance being an athlete with your extracurriculars and your school life?
Yeah, so for me, I found that it's really helpful to make sure that I know in advance what I'm going to have to do for my sports so that I know, hey, on this day, I'm going to have no time to do my work, so I can make sure that I get ahead of it the day before, because it can get really, really busy, so it's really important to make sure that you're staying on top of everything so that you don't fall behind when you're doing your sport, and use whatever free time you have to get it done in advance so that you don't have to stress about it last minute.
I agree. And last point, so the SATs, all right, those standardized tests really gets the best of people. So how do you prepare for the SATs or study for them, if you will?
I think it's really important to make sure that you don't cram, so don't try to save it all till last minute to study. Make sure that you're reviewing consistently. Also, if you know that some of your other friends or something are studying too, you can go out with them and just study. Make sure that you're consistently reviewing all the information so that you're not cramming last minute and you can review all of it. Also, textbooks, online resources are really helpful. Make sure you do some practice tests so that you know what it's going to look like, and just formatting, knowing how you want to budget your time and knowing like what it's going to look like, where all the functions are, that's all really important.
Well, that was a great answer. Thank you so much, Izzy.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching, and make sure to tune in next time to see our next episode of Patriots Live.